Babe, do you know what's really interesting?
Oh,
When people are watching this, we will have been 2 days married.
2 days married. I'm so excited right now because this is the first time we've been able to chat openly
About the wedding.
about the wedding. Because we decided to do a surprise elopement on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And so we have been planning this. And even though it's an elopement, there's been so much that's gone into it. And you know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
gosh,
It's
yeah.
just crazy. So we've been planning this on the side. And I feel too, anytime I've been like a little quiet just on social or whatever it might be, it's because I've been doing wedding stuff. And I couldn't share any of it. So this is the first time that we're talking openly. We're not married yet. This is what's
Well, it's December 29th, so we get married in literally 50 hours.
Oh my
49
gosh.
hours. We get married in 49 hours.
Yesterday, I was just like over the moon, so excited. Today, I'm dealing with like last minute details and emails and just a lot of stuff I still have to do. So I'm a little more frantic today.
Did you hear back from the Reverend?
Yes, I did. So basically, Reverend Glenn is his name, and he is going to play the music. So when I walk down the aisle, and also it's really cool. I'm sure you can do this anywhere. I don't know if it generally is like this, but we could choose what they call our wedding words. So the whole ceremony, we're able to say, he sent us this huge document, and we got to pick, how we wanted it to be open, different things he would say. Also the vows, like what do we want to say for our ring vows? What do we want to say for the actual vows? And you and I have decided to write our own, and that is something else I still have to do when I'm stressing out about it. Did you write yours yet?
In my head, I did, yeah. Well, once we go there on our wedding day, I'm like we've talked about this. I'm going to have 5 hours because I'm not getting hair, makeup, nothing like that.
You got all the time in the world,
yeah,
boy.
so I'm going to write, because we're going to write each other a note. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to write our own vows. So I was like, well, what am I going to do for 5 hours? Like, I'll do it then. So I'm going to get to just kind of chill. Because by the time this comes out, we're going to already have been married. But I think it's more interesting to talk about what we're really feeling now. Because it'll look really cool afterwards to see what we were thinking about a few days before. Because then our January 6th podcast will all be about the wedding itself.
Right.
I think it's going to be old news.
This is kind of a unique podcast because this is before it's happening. And just to rewind a little bit, I'm sure if you're listening to this, you might have heard a little bit about our journey of being engaged and trying to plan a wedding before and picking different dates. And ultimately, I think it was around the summer of this year, and you and I were just talking, and we're like, we don't want to go another year without being husband and wife. We've been together for a long time. We've gone through so much together, and just starting 2021, especially after such a wild year for so many.
Yeah.
We're like, we just want to be husband and wife. Like, we just want to do this thing. So anywho, to go back, we wanted to do First Blood December 31st. However, as the months continued going on, just with family coming from all of these different areas and everyone getting together, we really decided that and this just was so sad to choose, but we were like, we just have to do it with only us. It really is only the safest. Like, how horrible would that have been if, God forbid, anything happened and that was at our wedding?
Yeah. Well, because it's all four of our parents.
Yeah.
We because at first we even thought, we had a list of 120, then 75, then 55, then 33, and then 9. And we kept, because it just seemed dangerous. And then you started hearing all the stories that the Halloween parties, the weddings seemed, the get-togethers, that's when people seem to be getting it.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we can't have our 4 parents. Like, if one of the 9 of us had it and we're all staying in the same house, spending all this time together, everyone's going to have it.
Exactly.
And we're like, we can't do that. So we just decided we're going to do it, just ourselves. But we're going to have the live stream. And I'm so happy that, because that was one of the reasons too that we went with the 4 seasons, is that they had all this already together. It's not going to be somebody holding a phone or a laptop on Zoom. I mean, this is going to be like 3 camera people shooting this like an event.
Of course.
And so everyone's going to feel like they're there. So we wanted to do something special for our family And so we're doing a live stream so that we can, feel like everyone's there, and it can be like a special moment with family, watching the live stream. And then the company is going to give us the live stream link plus videos that we're going to take, and then we're going to cut that together to release it as a surprise on January 1st, the wedding video.
Yeah.
And that's going to be for everybody to see. But the whole reason of keeping it a surprise, was kind of just more of a marketing idea with the video, because when you hear initially somebody's getting married, you kind of are interested in that moment.
Yeah.
But if there's no video to go watch, it's a missed opportunity.
Yep.
And I have a funny feeling that a lot of the soap opera blogs and online and YouTube channels and magazines and articles, like, when this is announced, they're going to probably tweet about it or write something about it. Maybe not. I don't know. But if the video's up, they're going to include that.
Of course.
So it's going to bring a lot of attention to it, and I think even surprising just our peers too. They're going to look. So we kind of did it as a marketing thing, as a surprise.
But then also too, which we definitely did, I just think there's something so magical about, there's a lot of magic that surrounds, I feel, the holidays around New Year's Eve, going into a new year. There's just such good energy around that.
Yeah.
And for us, I go, how special that we're sharing this really huge pivotal moment for the two of us. It's ultimately just us, even though we will have the live stream, but it's all we're going to be focusing on is that moment and each other. It literally is such a special moment that at that time, we're going to be the only ones really focused in on it, knowing what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's us making the best of it.
Of course.
I mean, we obviously want, it's a bummer.
It is a bummer, but we've gone through a lot of ideas for this. Even if we were going to wait until spring, it's the same thing as initially when we spoke in the summer about December, and we were like, oh yeah, things should be a lot better by then. What if we just don't know? And I didn't want to keep planning and keep pushing and planning a bigger wedding, because originally we were looking at the spring or summer to do a bigger wedding, but we don't know what's going to happen. And so it's just, I don't know. I think it's such a sign of just our love and everything we've gone through that, of course, we would elope and take this opportunity to show our strength and then be a couple that can go through anything together and get out on the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I just like the symbolism of that. And I'm really excited. Like, we're getting married.
I know.
I'm going to be your wife.
It's going to be so cool.
You're going to have a wife, baby.
I know.
What's that like?
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be the same. But just, I mean, it's going to be really, it's going to be great, and we've been planning this for 6 weeks, and it was funny how a lot of people said my wedding is the best day of my life. Like, having all your friends and family there is like the best day of your life. And then there's a lot of people who say if I could do it again, I would just go elope. And now, after planning just an elopement,
I can only imagine because we still had to do all the heavy lifting. I mean, of planning a wedding, because we're doing this big. Yeah.
So the only difference is, the things we didn't have to plan, which would have added to it, which I still wanted to do, but it was off our plate, but it was still a lot, was like setting the bridesmaids, getting the groomsmen together, the tuxes, the dresses, all that stuff, getting tables, seating, the menu, the food, where people are sitting, travel, where to go, hotel recommendations, who's flying in, what's going on, and who knows what else would have come up.
Well,
we don't have a
arrangements
DJ
for every single table. The DJ, entertainment. Does the place have a dance floor? Do you have to get that? How do you want the table set? How expensive are those chairs that you love? Like, there's so much that goes into
rehearsal
it.
dinner,
and bridal showers and bachelor and bachelorette parties. I mean, this all happens like around that time.
I don't know how people do it.
It's a lot.
I don't think they know what it's going to be going into it, just like we didn't. Because
there
were so many little extra things that come up that you're just like, oh yeah, like we're going to get a venue, dress, tux, flowers, food, some music. I mean, how hard is that?
Now that we've done it, I'm like, oh.
It's just all the extras that you go, oh, I didn't think of this. So you've been doing a wonderful job of really taking care of the details and making it, elegant
Thanks, huh?
Because you thought of all the little things. Like you even got the vow book so that we weren't holding a piece of paper or a cell phone. You got the beautiful notes that we're going to write to each other.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have thought of that.
Or
I wouldn't have even known that you write notes to each other before, let alone think about ordering the little things. You thought about ordering classier masks. So when we're walking around, it doesn't look weird when we're dressed up nice. And you even picked wonderful, we could actually have shown them. People will see them though, I'm sure.
Maybe you can superimpose it.
Yeah, I can superimpose it. But even those were beautiful, like the envelopes and the invitations. Because we thought about just texting, family and saying, hey, here's the link. But we wanted it to feel like an event.
Because it is. It's a huge event for us.
Like you're going to be able to sit and watch an hour-long live stream. So I think from 4 to 5... and we'll see how it all ends up working out because right now we don't know, but when people are watching this, they've already seen it.
Yeah.
There's going to be, so from 4 to 4:30, we're going to walk down, vows, kiss, hands in the air. Then we're going to walk over to this little lake house out on the balcony there. We're going to have champagne, talk to the live stream, cut our cake, feed the cake, and then we're going to have our first dance.
Yep.
And then the live stream's going to be over. And then that whole hour is going to be an event for all the family to watch at home, and that'll be really cool. And then we'll FaceTime with our parents and stuff after dinner. But we're gonna have a little private dinner, and I think in general, getting married is I think because you're aware that it's an important moment, there's a little extra anxiety on it.
Of course.
It's not just like, oh, let's go to Disney, and then you weren't feeling well that day or something, you come home, it's like no big deal, we'll go tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is a big investment.
Yeah.
It's a big moment. And so there's already anxiety that's associated with it. And I think there's something about just you and I kind of being there just together and as much as I want that energy, but we'll throw a big party next year, but it's going to take the pressure off. Like everyone who's gotten married, to think about the pressure of the wedding and then everyone you know and love is in the audience.
It's probably so special, though.
It is.
But it's probably very nerve-wracking because even knowing we have a live stream going, it puts a little more nerves because it's like your family watching and everyone is there. But my biggest thing that I'm worried about is the way this is set up is we're getting married lakeside. But they said, hey, you can have a great big bridal entrance and you're going to come from the top of the stairs and you're going to go down the stairs and you're going to walk down these stairs in your heels and your dress and then you're going to finally make your way around. So my only anxiety is just getting down those stairs because it's just going to be me with a bouquet. But I tried my dress on with the shoes and I was feeling pretty confident with the walking and it being, comfortable enough.
Yeah.
So there, for me, once I make it down, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm good. That's my big worry. I just want to make sure I don't trip. But here's the deal. We are getting married. It's a really special moment. The family who's watching on the live stream, they love us no matter what. And
that's true.
I just think the excitement of the actual act that we're going to, becoming husband and wife, that's going to take over any anxiety day of. I know it. I know. You know what I'm saying? Those natural butterflies and you're so excited.
As soon as you're in it. Mm-hmm. You're right. Because usually even going out and when we were a little nervous of speaking, as soon as you get that first laugh,
it's amazing.
You actually feel it wash away. Oh, last thing. Check this out. When we first looked 8 days ago, it was going to rain all day long on our wedding. And we had to write the gentleman over at the Four Seasons and go, it's going to rain. What do we do? And we thought we had to go inside. So we kept checking every day. And then it moved from raining from 10 a.m. on our wedding, all day. Then it moved to 3.
Yep.
And I was like, of course it's going to do, because we're getting married at 4.
Yep.
Then it moved till the next day, and now it's gone completely. It's going to be 82 degrees.
Oh, it's going to be perfect.
It's going to be a little cloudy, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be right around sunset, and there's no rain.
No, I was hardcore stressing about that.
Think about Christmas. It was ice cold.
I know.
How did it just line up that it just... That's why I'm just so grateful.
So grateful.
That it's that's why I never want to be frustrated or complain because, things just like came together for us because we were patient, and like the hot water came back, the furniture got here, and that was a part of our podcast that we just filmed on Wednesday that we couldn't tell people yet why we were so stressed about the furniture getting here, because we were afraid that they could only deliver it
on
the wedding day. So I was like, we need this money order. I need this like today so that we can have this, and this is done. I want our house put together so when we come home on the 1st, we don't have I want everything cleaned perfect so that we can just come home, enjoy, and hopefully by the time you're watching this, our wedding video has like 100,000 views or more.
We'll see.
That would be amazing.
We'll see, honey.
And I just want to create a viral video. It'll be fun to have this in recording.
I know.
100K or more. I think we'll for sure have 100K between Facebook and YouTube. But it'd be really interesting for YouTube to already have 100K, because then that means it'd be on the road to 1 million soon.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's do
That's
it.
that husband and wife good juju.
All right, y'all.
We're out of control.
We're gonna go get
Totally
married.
lost our minds.
We're gonna go get married.
Let's
We
get
love you. We thank you
married.
for everything, and I just can't wait to start 2021 and do some fun stuff together.
Let's go, baby.
All right.
Mwah, love you guys.
Yes, we love you. We'll talk to you later.